everyone on Luna for the summit, I am suddenly the highest ranked official on the planet.
We do not receive orders soon. We will be forced to engage.
Madam Deputy Undersecretary, I received a new update from the Director of Operations. Stand by.
The time window for restoration of services has been extended indefinitely. Thank you.
Does the Director of Operations happen to report to Undersecretary Mendez?
Yes, D.O. Tanaka is a direct report.
This is no accident. Mendez is trying to block me out of the vote.
Forgive me, Madam Deputy, but isn't that a little paranoid?
His attempt to reorganize the Security Council would leave me powerless. He will stop at nothing to make it happen.
Whatever's causing it, we won't get much done without power.
You underestimate me, Nishan. My electrical engineering degree wasn't just for show. Word of this gets out, I'll have your testicles as paperweights.
Understood, Madam Deputy Undersecretary.
I learned a few things besides networking at...
Well done, Madam Undersecretary.
What can I say? I live to impress you, Nishan. We have power again, but it's limited. Any news from the outside world?
The Security Council vote will proceed as planned, but you are scheduled to address the delegates first. The Ramses 2 is still off course near Juno, and the intervention window is closing. You've received another message from Admiral Kruzko, and you should be able to contact him again.
That won't mean shit if I can't make him listen. Did you find any dirt on him?
I'm afraid not. Of course, if the Secretary General weren't indisposed, he might share whatever unsealed files he might have.
He's safe. I like this dark side of you, Nishan.
I learned from the best, Madam Undersecretary.
Maybe my guard is taking a piss, and I can make a break for it.
We've heightened our security protocols in response to the increased threat level. I apologize for the inconvenience to you. How is your power back on?
Have you considered, Private, that if this were a real security threat, they wouldn't have assigned a single fucking private to handle it?
Not my place to consider, ma'am. I have a job to do.
Same here, you insufferable automaton. It's sad, but without this Nishan drone here, I would feel truly alone.
My darling, I'm sorry to hear that you've been detained, though I'm more than willing to press my advantage while your attention is elsewhere. I'm not surprised that foolish men think that they can control you, and I pity them greatly. I just heard from Shanapal. All things considered, he's faring well. I credit your fighting spirit, which I trust won't be too wounded by the loss of this pawn.
Faring well. Have you heard what your son is doing on Callisto? I must admit, of all the disasters I am dealing with, it is our son that worries me most. All the time we spent raising him, and what does he do? Falls in love on a rock in the middle of space. Talk to him, Arjun. If you can't change his mind, no one can. If I want to sway Crusko, I'll need some ammunition from that safe first. Another few hours down here, and I'm going to claw those sanctimonious eyes out.
Hi, Mom. It's me again. 2 messages in one day. Must be a new record, right? So, we're gearing up for a mission. I don't know where yet. I never do, but I wanted to reach out. I don't care what you say. I'm not breaking things off with Marie. It's my decision. Just because you think you control the system doesn't mean you control me. Remember when you forced me to enlist and I didn't talk to you for 6 months? I don't want this to be like that. Call me back when you get a chance. I'd love to hear from you before we deploy.
Sweet boy, you must stay safe and return to us soon. You have an important job to do, and I trust you to do it well. However, this is no time for sentimentality. All soldiers feel strongly on the eve of battle, which is why it's the worst fucking time to make decisions. Push this Marie out of your head and focus on what matters. You know what to do. I love you desperately, and I pray I will see your face again soon. Semper Fi, my sweet boy.
Oh, Christian, I was just about to call you. The council has set the date for the reorganization vote. It's today, in full assembly.
And I don't suppose you'd consider postponement for the council member who's working from a hole in the ground.
Oh, believe me, I asked, begged even. But there's too much momentum.
You're looking at this all wrong. Vote against this motion with me, and we can secure the belt without all the red tape of a committee.
While I'd never bet against your persuasive talents, I have a meeting to run to. I'll just have to go with my gut on this vote.
Jeffrey, I like you. You're ambitious, and you have balls. That's why I am telling you to cancel the vote. You don't want to go up against me.
Christian, you are an inspiration. I've looked up to you for, well, my whole career. But this motion is moving forward, and last I counted, you were 3 votes short.
Cocksucker.
I've populated your screen with 5 delegates whose votes may be winnable. You should call them and see where they stand.
Very good.
Three calls in one day. I'm flattered, but I'm afraid this isn't a good time.
Too busy plotting your coup?
I know we don't see eye to eye on the vote, but nothing I'm doing is illegal. I'm sure that's what makes it so hard to accept. Goodbye, Christian.
Undersecretary, this is Admiral Crusko. I'm afraid the situation near Juno has reached its inflection point. The Martians are now openly flouting system law, and this act cannot go unanswered. Your empty posturing may be how UN bureaucrats conduct business, but we in the Navy are men and women of action. No orders have been issued, but I cannot guarantee the obedience of my captains. They understand that lives are at stake, and they are only human. I implore you to transmit orders as soon as possible. Krusko, signing off.
This asshole won't respect me unless I make him.
This is Deputy Governor Dunning.
Natalie is Christian.
I should have known.
Natalie, I need a favor, and you know I wouldn't ask unless it were urgent.
Who are we kidding, Chris? You only ever call when you need a favor. So what is it?
It's the Security Council vote. Can I count on you to reject the reorganization under Mendes?
I like you, Chris. But not enough for charity.
Meaning?
Shepard Complex has a faulty filtration system, and it needs updating. But the funds are never there. See that Shepard gets its new water tower, and I'll support you.
I'll see what I can do.
You're Christian Avasarala. I expect a lot more than that.
Well, this is a surprise. To what do I owe the honor?
This is about the vote to reorganize the Security Council.
Ah, I see. Well, Jeffrey Mendez is a spiteful worm, and any motion he champions is certainly one I will vote against.
So I have your support?
If you make me one promise.
I will do whatever it takes. I give you my word.
Ah, be careful, Madam Undersecretary. That's a dangerous thing to say in our line of work.
For some, but not for me.
As of now, I will vote with you against the reorganization. However, whatever happens in negotiations, you cannot raise taxes. If you plan a tax hike of any kind, you will be calling Mendez Sir before the week is out. Do you understand?
Are you threatening me, Finance Director Singh?
No, I am informing you of the potential consequences if you fail to heed my warning. The system will break, Christian.
I understand the situation, and I will make this work.
I appreciate the call, Madam Undersecretary. Good luck.
Avasarala.
Okoro, I've heard that you're undecided on the security reorganization.
Only because I knew you'd show up here eventually.
Don't patronize me. The only reason you have a job is because I promised your boss a kickback from those mining subsidies.
Listen, I don't...
No, you listen. You sit in that chair because I made it happen. And now you're going to give me what I need.
So I can give you the vote, but I'll need something in return.
Don't keep me in suspense.
We're getting a lot of flack from the wealthier tiers of the Earth admin zones. Too many private regulations over spaceport licensing.
You're joking.
They want the UN Accountability Office to deregulate private spaceports, and they're fine with higher taxes if that's what gets it done.
Very well. I will get back to you.
I'm sure you will, but only when your back's against the wall.
Does she think I do this to make friends?
Is this for real? Christian Avasarala. It's been a long time.
Elena, it's been a few years.
Years? Come on. You remember the last time we saw each other.
Of course, that was a wonderful day we had together.
At the ambassador's funeral?
Fuck.
It had its moments, I guess, but wonderful. You've always been a funny one, Christian.
Listen, I need a favor.
Let me guess. Menda's security plan?
How did you know?
Singh warned me you'd be calling. But I understand why you're concerned. Any idiot can see what Mendez is trying to pull.
Can I count on you?
You may. But only if the proposed water tower in Shepherd Complex never moves forward.
Oh, you're not a supporter of the project?
I'm not a supporter of handing Dunning another fucking victory to pad her resume for committee assignments.
I see.
I knew you would. Gotta run. Good luck today, Christian.
What can I do for you, Madam Undersecretary?
I'm coming to you for help with the Security Council's reorganization proposal.
Oh, that. I'm afraid the belt's security status doesn't affect the People's Party's platform. Not directly, anyway.
Then I would like to ask for your vote.
And incur the wrath of Jeffrey Mendez? I don't know how I feel about that.
Mendez is not the one you should be afraid of, Mr. Weiss.
I'm not sure I appreciate that implication, Madam Undersecretary.
It's simply a reminder that the People's Party has friends in the UN, and you wouldn't want to jeopardize that friendship.
Listen, I want to help, but I have my own issue that I could use your support with.
Naturally.
The private spaceports of the wealthy are draining resources and crowding public lands. Now some delegates are attempting to remove the limited regulatory oversight we have.
Spaceport regulations. That's your issue?
That, and raising taxes, of course. The people have spoken.
Very well. Thank you for your time, Mr. Weiss.
Anytime. We appreciate your support.
I've captured the findings from your conversations with the delegates. You can review and prepare your policy decisions when ready.
Very good. I'll meet you at your station. I'm ready to work out my policy positions. Let's figure out which policies I support to get the vote locked in.
I have the summary for you to review.
Okoro and Wise are both fine with increased taxes, and will need the funds.
Noted.
Wise is right. Earth's wealthy don't need fewer regulations.
Excellent.
Let's give Dunning her water tower.
Okay. Madam, according to my calculations, these policy decisions will not get you the votes you need.
God damn it.
Let's try again. Perhaps we should examine your stance on raising taxes.
Singh is a single-issue voter, no new taxes.
Got it.
Wise is right. Earth's wealthy don't need fewer regulations.
Excellent.
I need Masterson's vote, and she's not wrong about the water tower. It will have to wait.
Sounds good. Madam, according to my calculations, these policy decisions will not get you the votes you need.
God damn it.
Let's try again. Do you Deregulation is a hot-button issue. Perhaps you'd receive more support by changing your vote.
Okoro and Wise are both fine with increased taxes, and will need the funds.
Noted.
Let's give Earth rich idiots even less oversight. Yes on deregulation.
Understood.
Let's give Dunning her water tower.
Okay. Madam, according to my calculations, these policy decisions will not get you the votes you need.
God damn it.
Let's try again. Perhaps we should examine your stance on raising taxes.
Perhaps we should examine your stance on fucking torturing me? Singh is a single-issue voter, no new taxes.
Got it.
Let's give Earth rich idiots even less oversight. Yes on deregulation.
Understood.
I need Masterson's vote, and she's not wrong about the water tower. It will have to wait.
Sounds good. Let me double-check these tallies. Congratulations, Madam Deputy. This should secure you the votes. I'll send along your policy commitments to the 5 delegates.
Thank fuck. Of course, none of that will matter if I'm not there to cast the deciding vote.
I've requested a postponement to the session. In lieu of that, you can always connect in remotely, now that the power's restored.
I'm not banking on it. Keep pressing them. They found the most dedicated soldier on Earth to guard me. Just my fucking luck. Not ready for a break yet. What's the point of sitting in for the Secretary General if I don't get to break into his safe? Need to find the key. Knowing the Secretary General, he's hidden somewhere that makes him feel clever. Dad always said I was the only one with stronger shoulders than Atlas. If he could see me now, I should look around the desk for the key. Still need to get back to Cusco. Now, to deal with this shitstorm on Juno, the map should tell me what I need to know. Charnopel has always liked the Dust Runners. Yet another topic we butt heads on. This means the Ramses 2 is alone. If there were stealth escorts, we would have noticed them missing. Assassinating a poet. Literary criticism has certainly changed since I was a student. I've never trusted Jules Pierre Mao. Let's find out what he has to say for himself. Johnson is a terrorist masquerading as a politician. The Martians will seize every advantage, even if it means turning angry kids into terrorists.
Maybe that's what this Ramses provocation is about. An excuse to set off their operatives.
Johnson is a terrorist masquerading as a politician. The Martians will seize every advantage, even if it means turning angry kids into terrorists.
Maybe that's what this Ramses provocation is about. An excuse to set off their operatives.
Word of the Ramses' presence will have reached every corner of Juno. Perhaps that's the point. It's easy to move things on and off worlds when nobody is watching.
This Ramses incident is starting to smell like a trap.
Those high-price mercs better put an end to this. I don't want Charnapol involved. Martyrs, now, is it? Fanatics is more like it. Martyrs, now, is it? Fanatics is more like it. As if I needed another reason to detest space travel. It's like living in a petri dish. I should look around the desk for the key.
Sure you want to call before you found all the dirt on Cruiseco?
Admiral Cruiseco, here are your orders. You will remain in place. You will not intercept the MCR and Ramses 2. Understand, this is not a request, and I owe you no explanation. I will await your confirmation of these orders. Am I ready for a break? Or is there more to do? I'll come back when all my loose ends are tied up. Am I ready for a break? Or is there more to do?
Madam Undersecretary, full power has been restored to the compound.
That's the good news.
But the Security Council still hasn't responded to our request to postpone the vote.
No matter. So long as the trains are running, I will be there to see the look on Manda's face when I end this farce.
Very good. I'll prepare for your imminent arrival. When you're ready.
Security breach. Security
What
breach.
now?
Security breach.
Lockdown protocols, Archangel. Move! 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 Ma'am, this is Private Sharp.
I know who the fuck this is. Who the fuck else locked me in this prison? Stop calling me that, you hick. I am Deputy Undersecretary in the United Nations, not your country grandmother.
Yes, Deputy Undersecretary. I'm sorry.